Good evening, all. It is Sunday night. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're able to relax. We have a new week. I've been talking about this for quite a while. The market has been in limbo. Hasn't moved a whole lot, basically, since the beginning of the year. Back and forth between support levels 1270, resistance level 1388. Back and forth, back and forth. And there's a very good reason for that. We are in a recession. Whether the economic statistics say so or not, I think everyone basically feels it, and that's the reason why we are. The market is trying to guess when we're going to be out of a recession. That's what the market really wants. The market always trades 6 months to 9 months ahead of what's going on right now. So if the market thinks that we're going to come out of recession within 6 to 9 months, it's going to start coming up. What the market is waiting for right now is the real estate market to stabilize. They want to see the light at the end of the tunnel. They want to see close to a bottom. Let me show you something. This is the home builders. And the home builders really look like they are possibly reaching a bottom at this point. We have a series of higher lows. So the market is looking at that and saying, okay, maybe home builders start coming up first, and then 6 months later, the real estate market starts coming up. So that's one thing I'm looking at. Second of all is gold, and I'm just using these ETFs for as indicators. You can see the gold, fell apart on Friday, came down, and is definitely making lower tops. And as long as it's making lower tops, it could turn around and start coming down. Also notice that the yellow line, the 21-day moving average, finally crossed below the blue line, the 50-day moving average, and it hasn't been below it since July of 2007. So definitely could show something. The market is also looking at earnings, and we've had a couple earnings reports come out. One of them is Google. And you can see that Google went up 90 points on Friday. The reason why these companies are doing so well right now is because, yes, the U.S. is in a recession. Yes, our dollar is very, very low, but the fact that our dollar is very low is increasing their overseas sales, and they're doing well. So that could trickle down into our economy fairly soon, and the market is really looking at that. We can see a lot of companies coming out with earnings with basically the same report. Dollar is down, business is good. Good for them. And again, that's going to affect our economy on the longer term basis, and I'm pretty optimistic about that. Back to the market itself, S&P 500 actually broke above the 1388, which was our resistance line. This is our resistance lines right over here. Broke above it, and actually we closed at 1390, which is pretty good close. Is it going to be sustained? I think so. If you look at this, we are establishing an uptrend. We have a series of higher lows and a series of higher highs, so we might be establishing this channel going up right now. It all depends, of course, if the market is going to be able to maintain this upward momentum, and in order to do that, it has to break resistance and stay above resistance. It's not enough to break. You have to break and stay. What I'm waiting for the market to do is break, come back down, test it, and then come back up. If after this test, if you see this test and you see that the market is holding it, then you know that the market is going to start coming back up, and everybody's going to come back to the market, and everybody's going to be merry. It's going to be a big celebration and everything. It's going to be great. I think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. I think it's going to take a couple weeks for that to happen. But in the meantime, we are trading. We're doing pretty well. The market did signal, if you don't look at the last 4 days, you can see the market was pretty negative. And we had pretty good trades on the short side. For example, we had GRMN on the short side, and we did pretty well with that. We also had some nice trades on the upside. Apple, for example, I've been talking about that for quite a while, 134. We took it all the way up to around this level when it started coming down. And then it came back down with the market, and then it came back up with the market. So it's the trade is still working. Went up to 162.60, 162.26 from the 134 area, which is definitely a very, very nice trade. We're also trading on a short-term basis right now. For example, trades like ICE, when we take it from 152 up to it was up to 160, 160.75, which is a nice 2-day trade. Again, with the market, earnings come out, the market rallies, you pick the long side, you pick stocks that are able to move, and you capture them pretty well. Even ones like Tyson Foods, which I would never think would trade well, but it's trading pretty well. 1734, we took it all the way up to 1950, which is definitely a very very nice very nice trade. A 2-point trade on a $17 stock is pretty good profit. We have a bunch more, but that's quick trades just over the last few days. And the reason why we're trading so quickly right now is because the S&P 500, even though it looks like it was a very positive week because the last 3 days, the beginning of the week was not quite as cheery. Monday was a very strong down day. We opened at 1357, went all the way down to 1331. If we look at a Dow Jones Industrial Average, back on Monday, that was Monday, right? No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Monday. Monday was the 14th. Monday was a flat day. But the last Friday, we opened at 12,579, and the lowest there was 12,302. So we're down 270 points last Friday. And then, of course, this week we went up. So, the market changes on a weekly basis, which is great. It's more than fine. You can see on Dow Jones Industrial Average, you can see the resistance, and we broke it. Definitely a positive thing, which makes this one double bottom, which is what we've been talking about for quite a while. Guys, we've been positive about the market. We've been cautiously positive about the market. We've been cautiously bullish about the market, and I think it's paying off right now. I think we're starting to see them coming up. Notice that the 200-day moving average, the red line, is still very strong resistance. It's weighing on the market, and the market is going to have to work through it in order to reestablish the uptrend that we had for quite a while. We are recovering from this and coming up, but you can see definitely the double bottom and coming back up, and could be a nice trend. I think what's going to happen right now is we're going to go like this and come back up. But this is what I'm waiting for. This is the test that I'm waiting for, and that's going to be our big entry point into longer term trades. Anyway, guys, I think the market is back. That's my point. My point is that earnings are coming back. Earnings are good. Look at Google. Look at all the rest of them. I think that the real estate market is going to bottom. I think interest rates are basically as low as they're going to go, maybe a little bit more. I think there's a lot of people waiting on the sideline right now, waiting for interest rate to bottom out. It's not enough to lower rates. Why would anybody buy a house if they think they can get a lower rate 2 weeks from now? So they're holding off. But I think as soon as Bernie says, I'm done lowering rates, they're going to jump in and they're going to start buying houses, and the real estate market is going to start moving. I also think that the market is waiting for that as well. I think there's a lot of money sitting outside right now on the sidelines. They're just waiting for the market to actually show signs of a bottom, and that's when they're going to jump in as well. So we have all these people sitting on edge just waiting for the word that they're done in order for everything to bounce back up, and that's what I'm waiting for. Anyway, I think the pain is over. If you look at this chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, you can see that this kind of period of back and forth with no trend, I'm talking about this period, which is 2008, hasn't happened in quite a while. This is 2007. We're finally breaking out of it. We're finally doing pretty well, and performance is going to start coming up quickly. So get ready to trade, guys. It's time to put some money into work. That's about it. Watch out for economic reports coming out this week. Watch out for earnings reports coming out this week. We'll see how the market holds this uptrend. We'll go from there. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next Sunday. Take care.